Okay, Seahawks fans, I see you. I see you 12s. 236 yards of offense. That's it. Holy crap. Seahawks can absolutely win the Super Bowl. They can absolutely win the NFC Championship game.
And I'm here to tell y'all right now, this is our Super Bowl. The winner of this game is winning the Super Bowl. Because Seattle's defense is just something special. And the way they annihilated San Francisco, I mean, my Lord.
Terrifying, dominant, inevitable. Honestly, choose whatever adjective you want for these Seattle Seahawks. They are looking like the clear favourites for the Super Bowl right now, and their journey to get there has been remarkable. It is the perfect blueprint for building a dynasty, and it all starts with general manager John Schneider. He handpicked Mike MacDonald as the antidote to Shanahan and McVay. He has found gems in the draft, and he has been a difference maker from a trade perspective. And there was one jaw-dropping move that kickstarted this incredible journey off. So, let's revisit the trade that changed everything for the Seattle Seahawks. Knowing when to say goodbye to a franchise legend is a tricky thing to do. But when it came to Russell Wilson's tenure as the Seahawks starting quarterback, John Schneider got it just right. He didn't care that he was on a run of 5 straight Pro Bowl selections. He didn't care that he was only 1 year removed from throwing for 4,200 yards and 40 touchdowns, en route to a 12-4 record. He sensed that the time was right to move on, and he got one hell of a haul to send him on his way. Schneider gladly accepted 2 first-round, 2 second-round, and 1 fifth-round pick to use across the 2022 and 2023 drafts, alongside quarterback Drew Lock, defensive tackle Shelby Harris, and tight end Noah Fant. That right there is a franchise-altering collection of goods, and Schneider absolutely made the most of it, because listen to what he spent those draft picks on. In 2022, those newly acquired draft picks got him offensive tackle Charles Cross in the first round and edge rusher Boye Mafe in the second. Cross has established himself very well at the most important position on the offensive line, earning a 4-year, $104 million contract ahead of the 2025 season. Mafe has also proven to be a fantastic selection, racking up 20 sacks over his first 4 seasons in the NFL, and becoming a key part of the defensive rotation that has made the Seahawks so terrifying. Then, 1 year after those 2 studs arrived via the 2022 draft, Schneider found more help in the 2023 draft. He was aided massively by the fact that Denver's 2023 first rounder had turned into the 5th overall pick, which he used to bring in another game changer on defense, in the form of cornerback Devon Witherspoon. It took no time at all for this guy to justify his top 5 selection, earning a Pro Bowl in each of his first 3 seasons in the NFL so far, and coming off his best campaign in 2025 as a second-team All-Pro player. His 89.9 PFF grade was comfortably the best among all starting cornerbacks this year. The final pick from the Russell Wilson trade was another edge rusher in the form of Derek Hall. He was solid as a rookie before erupting as a sophomore with 8 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. His dip down to 2 sacks in 2025 may look underwhelming, but he still managed to rack up 41 pressures on the year, which equated to 11 QB hits, the 3rd most on the team. He has been a fantastic addition to this defense, giving the Seahawks the luxury of being able to rotate their pass rushers, keeping them fresh and ready to make an impact on every play. I mean, what a haul of players that was. To summarise, John Schneider sent away Russell Wilson and a 4th-round pick, and in return, he got Charles Cross, Boye Mafe, Tyreek Smith, Devon Witherspoon, Derek Hall, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, and Noah Fant. It's not hard to see who won that trade. That is going to help transform any team. But John Schneider didn't stop there. He continued to find gems in the draft beyond the players he picked as part of the Russell Wilson trade. In 2022, Kenneth Walker, Abraham Lucas, Kobe Bryant, and Reek Woolen were all found between rounds 2 and 5. Before Jaxon Smith-Njigba, Zach Charbonnet, and Anthony Bradford were all found in the 2023 draft. JSN, in his 3rd season in the NFL, has led the league in receiving yards and established himself as the very best at his position, while Walker and Charbonnet can make a case for being one of the NFL's best backfield duos. Schneider also dipped into the trade market in 2023 to bolster his defense further, snatching Leonard Williams from the New York Giants for a 2nd and 5th round pick. This has proven to be another incredible move by Schneider, which we'll look at in more detail later, but it didn't convert to immediate success. Despite all of these incredible additions, the Seahawks posted an underwhelming 9-8 record in 2023 for the 2nd year running. As a result, it was determined that it was time for head coach Pete Carroll to move on after 14 brilliant years with the team. This was potentially a risky moment for the Seahawks organization, but as we have come to expect now, John Schneider knew exactly what he was doing. He pounced on Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator Mike MacDonald for his empty head coaching position. He referred to MacDonald as a disruptor, which is not a bad way to summarize the guy. His terrifying Ravens defense in 2023 ranked first in the NFL, giving up just 16.5 points per game. In particular, his unit had given Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy fits in a Week 16 outing, in which Purdy threw 4 interceptions. Schneider saw MacDonald not just as a genius defensive mind, but the perfect head coach for a division that was being dominated by Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. But of course, MacDonald would need a few more reinforcements to help him recreate a new version of his Baltimore defense in the Pacific Northwest. And surprise, surprise, John Schneider just kept hitting home runs in the draft. Byron Murphy was the first selection of the MacDonald-Schneider era. He has been a menace at the heart of the defensive line for Seattle, tying for a team-leading 7 sacks, which is incredibly impressive for an interior guy. Christian Haynes, Tyrese Knight, AJ Barner and Nehemiah Pritchett then bulked out the rest of the 2024 draft class. Knight and Barner in particular have emerged as serious contributors as sophomores in 2025, as have some of the new arrivals in the 2025 draft class as well, most notably with offensive lineman Gray Zabel being a game changer on offense, and safety Nick Emenwari doing the same for the defensive side of the ball. Zabel has provided some much-needed competence along the interior of the offensive line, while Emenwari has already emerged as a fantastic cheat code for the genius defensive mind of Mike MacDonald. In a world where versatility is coveted so highly, Emenwari is the perfect joker for the modern defense. He is brilliant in coverage, can work sideline to sideline, and is more than happy to come and lay a hit when defending the run. He has already made a huge difference as a rookie in 2025, and his ceiling is pretty terrifying to think of for the rest of the NFC. So I think it's pretty fair to say that John Schneider has been killing it in the draft over recent years, kickstarted by that incredible trade of Russell Wilson. But on top of his success in that realm, he has also found so many key contributors via free agency and trade. Leonard Williams, who he traded for in 2023, has been a beast for this team. And his presence was only made scarier when Schneider stuck another veteran force alongside him in the form of DeMarcus Lawrence. They are both game-wrecking talents, with 7 and 6 sacks respectively in 2025. And of course, it is veteran players like these that you are hoping will step up when the lights are brightest in the playoffs. And both players got on the box score with a sack against San Francisco in the 2025 divisional round. Another veteran player who came up big in that game with an interception was linebacker Ernest Jones, who just happens to be yet another slam dunk of a trade move by Schneider. He was brought in for just a 4th-round pick and Jerome Baker in 2024, and has since turned into one of the most impactful defensive players in the NFL. He is thriving at the heart of the Seahawks defense, leading the team in not just tackles with 126, but also interceptions with 5. He really can do everything. Of course, the 2025 offseason also saw the bold decision to trade away QB1 Geno Smith and wide receiver 1 DK Metcalf. At the time, those moves seemed to offer up more questions than answers, especially when free agents Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp didn't exactly stand out as eye-popping replacements. But once again, in Schneider, we should trust, because Sam Darnold has played much like he did for the majority of his 14-win season in Minnesota, earning MVP buzz at one point, while Kupp has been a solid secondary option to the real breakout superstar, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Add in Rashid Shaheed as yet another fantastic midseason trade for John Schneider, and you get a 2025 Seattle Seahawks team that ticks all the boxes, and now look like the clear favourites to win the Super Bowl. Mike MacDonald is clearly one of the best young coaches in the NFL, but it is the man who hired him who also deserves a ton of credit. The question is, can they go all the way? Let me know in the comments.